So I was talking to my friend at MIT. He has a Jane Street internship, and he's just like pulling in job offers like crazy. And we were talking about like the state of AI, and he says even in his communities, perhaps like almost more, all these kids are terrified of losing their jobs, and like what will come after that, like when theoretically AI gets good enough to replace people. And I don't know, there's all this like there's so much marketing propaganda flopping around about AI, but like even if the bubble pops, it's like I don't know. I've seen at this point like I think the cat is kind of out of the bag in some ways because there's just so many countries now working like around the clock with all their best researchers on this, and like everyone's sharing advancements and everyone is coming down to this harness engineering thing. People are just spamming 20 agents at everything. It's getting ridiculous. Um, and like I don't know, like I'm don't want to like give them marketing hype at all because they're doing so much hype marketing anyway. So if you're like, yo, that's a crazy take. The reason I'm like kind of starting to believe it is just I don't know, the DXDY and everything, and also like talking to um so many people with different YouTube feeds kind of has balanced out, I think. Because just like everyone's really looking at this and seeing how outrageous it is. And yeah, it's I don't know. I think maybe it's not as far like sometimes Anthropic will drop some kind of thing and then it just kind of sucks and you can clearly see the marketing hype, but it's like criticizing the short term things has always been like it's like you have to look at the progress these tools have made just over the last few years. I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm saying is it's moving incredibly quickly, and I had an interesting philosophical discussion with one of my wise Nietzsche reading friends the other day, and he said, um, based in Guam, by the way, which is well temporarily. Anyway, I won't dox him completely, but he was talking about like our generation, these humans are going to be the ones that are like kind of experimented on with all the brain computer interface stuff and all the weird simulation stuff and the weird surveillance state stuff, and there's nothing we can really do about it at this point, like and a lot of people philosophically would say like we are kind of going to be like pets too, and super intelligent AI if that comes along. And even if it doesn't immediately come along, um, like people like Palantir are they just have the new like court manipulation media manipulation software they just blatantly released is like okay, we can't do anything about this now. We're in an authoritarian surveillance state, basically, and we just have to like hope that things go okay. And this is also why my perspective on like getting a job and grinding towards that goal is like it's not gone completely. Like I obviously want and need money to survive, especially with the way the U.S. economy is going. But like I'm very well off compared to a lot of people, and I think by the time that like it starts getting seriously problematic for me, like I have a few summers of savings, then we're gonna be in just like already such a disastrous situation. It'll be like I don't know if it'll really matter, and like my motivation around money is just like completely changed to the like so long capitalism like instilled in me this like go get a ton of money and nice things, and like I don't know, this spell kind of finally wore off on that. It's like does that really matter that much? No, it wouldn't make you happy. It would make you happy like very temporarily, but it's not that's not the special thing in life. Like no material thing I've ever got, even like I don't know, something I really interested in, like a keyboard I built completely myself. Designed the PCBs and soldered everything. And like even that, even something like I cherish, it's like it's just like a thing, you know. It's like 3 days later, like whatever. It's really like the recurrent things that actually give you joy, like deep connections with other people. That's just like the best part of life. There's no way to cheat that. And it's like, so what are you doing going all like startup bro, try to make money type deal? Like what I don't know. It's just it's like, dude, we're in like an authoritarian end time. Will money even exist in 10 years? We might just be like in like a AI research like zoo basically where like super intelligent algorithms analyze our entire brains and like dissect what consciousness is like um and we'll be paying for everything in like Monero, but they'll have like the blockchain. They'll just have cracked encryption. There's like nothing we can do at all. We're just like contained in um, simulations and in like enjoyment prisons. You know, like shit's gonna get really, really fucking crazy. I think. And if you don't believe me, like keep grinding by all means. Like actually, I'm still grinding here, but like applying to 500 million internships. Like, do not worry if you don't get an internship or something, or like you're like early in your dev career. You know, you're like 12 or 13 or 14. Some kids start really early now because like everyone's, I don't know, everyone's just in capitalist grind set mode. Like don't worry if your career isn't popping off because like everyone, even the Jane Street kids are worried. So that should, I don't know, that should tell you something. Anyway, like I also just wanted to like um, it's cool to play around with these tools. By the way, you really should. Like the Pi agent is very cool. I hate to like give attention away from Vim, but the tools are really cool, and the auto compaction of context is really nice, and you can have crazy rags, and the reasoning is really fast and enthusiastic. It's really cool. Um, Even though it is probably going to enslave us and experiment on us or something. There's lots of theoretical endings. I don't know, but I think we should be talking about the philosophy of this more because it's kind of the end of the world in a way. Like, uh, it's not imminently ending, but like, it's going to dramatically change. We're in like it could like go to some utopia. Who knows? That would be nice. But things are going to be very different in the future. It's getting pretty clear. So, like, all that to say is like I was playing around with the agents and stuff, and that was fun. But also like I just realized I'm more built to just like read a book, like a deep book from a classic guy, and then just like talk with mentors and friends about the ideas. Like being social and your learning is essential. People learn from people, they don't learn from like watching a screen. It is like 10 times more effective to have a deep conversation with a friend who's read something. Like it's no joke. You will feel the difference dramatically. The like surface level internet you hang out on with YouTube and just like tons of surface level clips is like just sabotage for your brain. It's meant to keep you like feeling like you're learning, and it's fake. Like context switching constantly, it's nothing. It's like finding 1 to 2 deep friends, not networking with 500 million people. You can know a lot of people, but have friends that you talk with very deeply. It's essential for just like your health. There's a bunch of social science research that like isolation is extremely damaging. And yeah, it's like COVID did a big damage to a lot of our social structures and stuff, but I do see them out in the world like seeming to repair. Like I've been talking to so many more people because of my sauna at my gym, like and there's like bathhouses opening in my town as well, which is interesting because it's also falling apart. There's like 10 people die of heroin here a day, and another indicator that the US is not doing that well. Um, and like switching to studying like behavior is fascinating. For I mean, I'll make a full dedicated video getting into behavior and why I think it's like a really cool thing to study. Um, but it's like you can kind of see the frameworks around which our consciousness is kind of like the brain is a weird little machine, but it's very predictable in some senses. And like a human can get to know and predict our behavioral patterns in interesting ways, but like a super intelligent AI surveillance state will be just next level. And it's like kind of cool to see how certain like reinforcers that are placed in our environment control us. And it really gives you a sense of like how insidious and bad the internet is actually for everyone on it. Um, Unless you're like having deep conversations and using it as like a connection tool. But real connection, not superficial connection. That does not work. Will not satiate you. You have to like hop in a call with a stranger and just talk about like whatever book you've read, or I don't know, just go and have like a conversation you've wanted to have, a deep conversation. And to that tone, like another reason studying behavior is so good is it allows me to much more effectively work on building communities of people and uniting people, um, because you can kind of understand people's tendencies a little bit and you can somewhat steer that. Um, and it's like I have kind of an expert helping me build my community, who actually trained on spiders. But surprisingly enough, we are not very different from our distant ancestors in some ways. Certain patterns remain the same, and yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, like building that community, and I have like adjacent sister communities as well, like my friend Tom's community, the computational pursuing pathologist, and I also have like another community started by a couple community members of mine. There are like three or four other kind of smaller communities run by different styles of people. And it's like, I think the attitude around what a Discord server really needs to change, and additional messaging has to be added to it. I'm like all absolutely for getting to know as many people as you can in person as well, because especially like as the world is in such turmoil right now, or well, it might not be yet, but it's about to be. It's very important to talk to as many people as you possibly can. Just get really good at that. Get really good at evaluating what people are, what they stand for, what they want, um, like how you can help them, how they can help you. You have to know a lot of people in person. Like that's if anything were to go very seriously wrong with our economy, or I don't know, fighting breaks out in the U.S., which might happen. Um, we should like just be really ready to I don't know, like get together with our neighbors and talk to all our community members. But also, with that said, some people might be in like a weird spot, you know, like maybe you're like in a very rural area, or you're in a country where people are conditioned to be not as free thinking. Uh, you guys know the countries I'm talking about. And you don't have like a lot of people around you. Um, then Discord as a tool is like amazing. Like this guy, I don't know, just people from all over weird parts of the world can talk to each other. And that faculty of the internet cannot be underestimated. Like the broad reach and like YouTube virality thing is a cool pipe dream as well, but it's like at this point the most important thing we can do for the world is have like a bunch of really small high quality communities start to form and kind of like train each other, to do this, to build similar communities. Like communities are real humans, because the internet is about to get so fake. There's about to be so much AI spam content, so much like just propaganda and shit. You kind of like, I think the internet, some kind of broader communication network, is really important. It's just got to keep its integrity. And the internet is about to be under an assault of all sorts of shit. And I think it's very important to form kind of like a lower internet that's like real communities. And the communities like have to be serious. They can't be like Discord communities. You need actual management, and you need like you need them to be like an upstanding hub, like an actual little like internet city, not like a, I don't know. You know the Discord connotation. Um, it has to be like actually worthwhile to be there, and I think like for all those people in all those different parts of the world, it's like just going to be very important for us to communicate. Like again, local community essential, but also global community, to know what's going on in various different countries and hear from other people's perspectives of what they think is propaganda and what isn't, and what's going down in the world will be very nice to know, especially as companies like Palantir just try to seize our information infrastructure. Um, and yeah, I think we should just be careful. And that's basically, I guess, all I wanted to say. I mean,